Hey everyone, it's Professor Clark. For this last lecture for Chapter 8, we are going to move away from verbs of motion and do a quick review of negative constructions using ni words. What are these ni words, these words that start with ni? These are negative words or negative constructions. You've probably already encountered them, but we're going to go over them in a little more detail here. So on page 212 of your textbook, there is a list of ni words that are used in negative constructions. And to make a negative construction in Russian, we just combine one or more of these ni words, you can have as many as you like, with a negated verb, so a verb preceded by не. For example, я никого не знаю. I don't know anyone. Я ничего не знаю. I don't know anything. And note that with these constructions, double negation is required. So in English, we don't do double negation. A double negative is a positive. In Russian, that's not the case. You have to do double negatives. And there can be triple negatives, quadruple negatives, as many negatives as you want. And with these constructions, you must have both a ni word and a не in the sentence. And you can have as many ni words as you like, but only one не. So remember, one не and an infinite number of ni words. For example, я никогда ничего не знаю ни о ком. That has 3 ni words, but only one не. To make things more complicated, these ni words come in 2 different types, declinable and indeclinable. And the indeclinable ni words are made out of adverbs, and you can see the chart I have here on slide 3 of the PowerPoint. And so we have ni plus an adverb like нигде, nowhere, никуда, nowhere, никогда, never, никак, no how, no way, or in no way. And just like где, куда, когда, and как never decline, нигде, никуда, никогда, and никак don't decline. However, we also have these declinable ni words that are formed from ni plus a pronoun or an adjective. And just like pronouns and adjectives decline, these negative pronouns or negative adjectives also decline. So никто, no one, declines. Ничто, nothing, declines. Никакой, none or no kind of, decline. And they decline exactly like кто, что, and какой. And there is a chart in your textbook. To go into a little more detail, when we're using these indeclinable ni words, they never change. On slide 4 of the PowerPoint, I have some examples. For example, я никак не могу прочитать «Войну и мир». I just can't finish War and Peace. Никак means something like no how or no way, or I just can't. And it's used very commonly in Russian. There's no exact equivalent in English, although we frequently say similar things like I just can't finish reading War and Peace. When you want to indicate that you just can't do something in Russian, you often use никак. Another example would be я никогда не читаю. I never read. Or я никогда никуда не хожу. I never go anywhere. We can stack the ni words, as many as we want. Or где ты учишься? Я нигде не учусь. Where do you go to school? I don't go to school anywhere because I'm working or something like that. And again, we can stack these, we can put them in different orders, we can do whatever we want with them, and they never change. And finally, we have declinable ni words. These are a little more complicated. There's a chart on page 212 that gives the declension for each of them. It's exactly the same as кто, что, and какой, which I'm sure you have completely memorized. And some examples of them being declined would be, for instance, кого ты знаешь здесь? Whom do you know here? Я никого не знаю здесь. I don't know anyone here. Что ты делаешь сейчас? Я ничего не делаю. What are you doing right now? I'm not doing anything. Какую книгу ты сейчас читаешь? Я никакую книгу не читаю. What book are you reading right now? I'm not reading any book. And again, никакой doesn't translate exactly into English, but it's like any kind or no kind. And it's used very commonly to say, I'm not doing anything like that, or I'm not reading any book, or I'm not doing anything. If, and this is where it gets a little complicated, we use these ni words, these declinable ni words with a preposition, the ni is split from the rest of the word, and we put the preposition in between the ni and the rest of the word, and write it as 3 separate words. For instance, я ни о ком не говорю. I'm not talking about anyone. Я ни о чем не думаю. I'm not thinking about anything. Я ни о какой книге не пишу. I'm not writing about any book. We only do that with the declinable ni words. The indeclinable ni words, they never change, and also we would never use them with a preposition, so it's not an issue. But with these declinable ni words, if we use them with a preposition, we split them in half and pop the preposition in the middle. I hope you found that helpful and enlightening and not too difficult. It really is pretty straightforward, although it's not exactly what we do in English. And it's a nice way to finish off this chapter that sort of really short, not a huge amount of info dumping, but full of things that are conceptually challenging. So again, just keep going over the examples and the exercises and the readings in the textbook, and hopefully it will all start to make sense soon. Next up, prefixed verbs of motion in Chapter 9.